Hello everyone, I'm just putting it out here on audio because it was difficult to explain it in writing. So, this is how things are as of now. These are the facts. After this new revelation which came out that the that the Snapchat screenshot was found to be fake, I've spoken to two people associated with the case, and here are the facts. This fake Snapchat screenshot is not, underline this, not part of boys' locker room original allegations. This fake Snapchat screenshot is not part of the original allegations that were made by boys' locker room. Just on the very next day, many women had publicly put this out and cautioned others to not link the two. But by then, it had gone viral. But that doesn't change anything. This snapshot, though, has now been this Snapchat screenshot, though, has now been proven to be fake. But that does not mean, and this is what I've been trying to highlight, that does not mean that boys' locker room was a fake story or that those boys are holy cows. Even before even before this screenshot surfaced, the allegations, which the girls still stand by, had created a furor. Even if you remove this screenshot, do you know that there was plenty of other filthy things that were said, which were morally wrong, of course, but more crucially, they were violative of provisions, of several provisions of the Indian Penal Code, which are still part of the case. So nothing has changed. And I can personally vouch, I've checked, I've cross checked, I've verified this, I can personally vouch for this after having checked with the cops. Neither of the two juveniles involved in this unconnected screenshot conversation, Snapchat conversation, neither of these two juveniles were in any way related to boys locker room Instagram group. This is a separate screenshot which was put up, and many had linked the two, but it has no bearing on the overall case. So the authenticity of this screenshot, or the lack of it, as I've been trying to highlight, has no bearing on the overall allegations. And I'm not repeating those conversations, but just go read them. They're still there, and they have been found to be prima facie correct, which is why a boy has been arrested, a juvenile has been apprehended, 24 others have been quizzed, their mobile phones have been sent for forensic analysis. And the sections of the case, many are saying, oh, some of the sections were invoked just because of this screenshot. False. What were those sections? Section 70, 67 and 67A of the IT Act, and another important IPC section was 509. Those sections are still there in the case. So the fact that this screenshot has been proven to be false doesn't change anything. Of course, this is wrong and shall be dealt with according to the relevant sections of the IPC. But many are saying this to say that, oh, it makes boys' locker room case fall on its face. It doesn't do any of that. It doesn't change anything. For instance, 67 and 67A of the IT Act would continue to apply on it. And even in another important section, IPC section 509, what does it say? Whoever intending to insult the modesty of any woman utters any word, makes any sound, gesture, intending that such word or sound shall be heard, or that such gesture or object shall be seen by such woman as outraging the modesty. So all of that is still there in boys' locker room. So don't get overexcited. I understand some of you are angry, but don't get overexcited and jump the gun and say that because an unrelated screenshot has now been proven to be false, that absolves the boys of the kind of things that they were doing, or makes it any less wrong. So don't get confused. The women were not just outraged because of this screenshot. This screenshot came in much later in the discussion. Now, of course, it has been proven false, and action will be taken and should be taken against those who indulged in this. But this is a separate case. Boys' locker room has nothing to do with this. Boys' locker room allegations are still out there. Those conversations are still out there. They have not been denied. They are being investigated. As a result of those investigations, they have been prima facie been found to be true to the extent that the admin of the group has been arrested. So, and another member of that group has been apprehended. Apprehended is what is equivalent to arrested, but since a juvenile can't be arrested, we say apprehended according to the Juvenile Justice Act. So, this is where it is. I wanted to clear the air and put some perspective to it, because many are now saying, oh, those poor boys were subjected to so much hate, and look, it has been proven to be false. No, those boys' locker room allegations are a different set of allegations. Look at it like the Me Too movement. It started with certain original whistleblowers, and then many others pitched in, and people believed in them. But later they turned out to be false. But that doesn't mean that all of those allegations were false. And in this case, let's not connect the two. Yes, many had linked the two. That was also wrong, because the girls also were taking it with a pinch of salt. Also, again, I'm again verifying it, that those who were part of this fake conversation, be it the girl, be it the boy, I'm confirming it, that both of them, be it the girl or the boy, part of this fake Snapchat conversation, are in no way related to the boys' locker room Instagram group. I can quote you from my conversation with the police. This is from the police. They are not related to boys' locker room. So stop now connecting it with boys' locker room just to put down or whitewash the kind of things that was said in the boys' locker room, things which are still on record there, out there on those profiles, things which have still not been proven wrongs, things which in fact prima facie have been proven to the to be correct, to the extent that one person has been arrested, another has been apprehended, which is equivalent to an arrest, and 24 others have been quizzed, their phones have been sent to forensic analysis. Of course, let's take this discussion forward on my Instagram and Twitter and Facebook ID. Would be more than happy to answer questions, but first get the facts right. I understand some of you are angry, but don't jump the gun, and don't justify boys' locker room conversations which happened, which again the point to be highlighted is different from this Snapchat screenshot which has now been proven to be false. And I hope action is taken against those who tried judging someone else's character just by faking up a screenshot. That is wrong and should be dealt with seriously according to the relevant sections of the Indian Penal Code. Thank you so much for listening.